Before we get into the video, be sure to subscribe to the channel.
What is the fastest animal in the world? The answer isn't straightforward. Many factors, like gravity, wind, and animal size, must be considered. To boot, researchers have yet to clock the speeds of every earthly species. Plus, there's still some disagreement in the scientific community regarding the methodologies used for some of the current standings. Though humans love to assign superlatives, smartest, fastest, strongest, to the creatures of the animal kingdom, those attributes are, in practice, pretty difficult to measure. There are stories of sailfish traveling at 68 miles per hour, but they date to the 1940s and 50s. Since then, scientists have determined that anything faster than 33 miles per hour is likely impossible and would lead to destructive consequences for fin tissues. Old record-breaking numbers might be inflated by everything from high wind speeds to inaccurate methodology, not to mention the difficulty of determining the top speed of animals that may or may not be going full out when measured, or the lack of measuring all animals all the time, which means that there still might be record breakers out there. But of the measurements that have been done, and with those caveats in mind, scientists have determined that these 6 creatures are good candidates for the fastest animals on Earth. Watch the full video to know them all. Anna's hummingbird. Anna's hummingbirds are among the most common hummingbirds along the Pacific coast, yet they're anything but common in appearance. With their iridescent emerald feathers and sparkling rose-pink throats, they are more like flying jewelry than birds. Though no larger than a ping-pong ball and no heavier than a nickel, Anna's hummingbirds make a strong impression. In their thrilling courtship displays, males climb up to 130 feet into the air and then swoop to the ground with a curious burst of noise that they produce through their tail feathers. This little critter can travel at 61 miles per hour for short distances during mating dives. That fact alone is impressive, but this hummingbird is a good candidate for the fastest vertebrate by body lengths per second. According to a 2009 paper, it can reach speeds of 385 body lengths per second. That figure doesn't factor in the avian's 0.59-inch bill, factoring that in reduces the speed to around 320 bl/s. By comparison, the space shuttle re-entering the atmosphere travels at around 207 bl/s. For a blue whale to match this hummingbird's relative speed, it would have to circle the entire planet in about an hour. In the first half of the 20th century, the Anna's hummingbird bred only in northern Baja California and southern California. The planting of exotic flowering trees provided nectar and nesting sites and allowed the hummingbird to greatly expand its breeding range. On rare occasions, bees and wasps may become impaled on the bill of an Anna's hummingbird, causing the bird to starve to death. Native Americans held hummingbirds in high esteem. Many of their legends describe them as busily bring the rain to quench eruptions or poking holes in the night sky that became the stars. The Navajo say that the characteristic mating dive is a way for them to check what is above the blue of the sky. Cheetah. Found in North, Southern, and East Africa, the cheetah, a Synonyx jubatus, holds the title of the fastest land animal. A natural-born sprinter, cheetahs can reach a top running speed of 112 km per hour, 70 miles per hour. More impressively, the feline can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3 short seconds. That's better than a sports car. Several physiological factors make cheetahs speed demons. For starters, they're the slimmest of the big cats, sport long legs, and have small, lightweight heads. These factors make cheetahs aerodynamic dynamos. Also, when cheetahs run, they don't move their heads, which adds to their aerodynamics. Cheetahs' spines, however, are the linchpin to the animal's speed. They're long, extraordinarily flexible, and act as a spring coil that allows the animal to maximize every stride. Lastly, cheetah muscles have a high percentage of what mammalogists call fast twitch fibers, which augment their power and speed. Black marlin. The fastest fish is the black marlin, Ista ampex indica. A resident of the tropical and subtropical regions of the Indian and Pacific Oceans, black marlins can rev up to speeds of 129 km per hour, 80 miles per hour. Comparatively, black marlins swim faster than cheetahs run. To clock their speed, researchers measure how quickly a fishing line comes off the reel when anglers snag one. Black marlins have several physical features that catapult it to the top of the fastest sea animal list. Its bill is long, thin, and sharp, ideally shaped to slice through the water quickly, and black marlins' rigid pectoral fins make the animal exceptionally aerodynamic. Also, black marlins have large, crescent-shaped tails that it deftly maneuvers to create power. Male horsefly. Horseflies, Tabanus salsifrons, aka gadflies, currently sit atop the fastest insect list. Found worldwide, except in Iceland, Greenland, and Hawaii, horseflies can reach speeds of up to 145 km per hour, 90 miles per hour. Male horseflies are faster than their female counterparts. Like the Mexican free-tailed bat, researchers dispute the horsefly's speed status. Jerry Butler, a scientist from the University of Florida, conducted the study that produced the 90 miles per hour result. Some of his peers, however, feel that the methodology used allowed for erroneous conclusions. People who reject Butler's findings usually list the desert locust, Schistocerca gregaria, as the fastest insect, with a reliable miles per hour rate of 21. Horseflies have a body length between 5 and 25 millimeters, 0.2 and 1.0 inches, which is about half as long as a golf tee. The largest ones have wingspans of up to 60 millimeters, 2.4 inches. Horseflies are so abundant that they do not have an UCAN classification. Mexican free-tailed bat. A recent, controversial addition to the Fast Animal Hall of Fame is the Mexican free-tailed bat, aka the Brazilian free-tailed bat, Tatarita brasiliensis. Found in North and South America, the Mexican free-tailed bat is the official flying mammal of Texas. They mainly live in caves and sometimes in buildings with ceiling access to the outside. In 2009, researchers conducted a speed test of the species by attaching navigation tags to several animals. The scientists then tracked their flight speed with an aircraft. The test clocked one bat whizzing through the air, horizontally, at 160 km per hour, 99 miles per hour. The results catapulted the Mexican free-tailed bat to the top of the fastest mammals list. However, not everyone is confident in the outcome. Some people dispute the claim because the test failed to adjust for wind and ground speeds. Plus, the results allowed for a 50 to 100 meters margin of error. If the Mexican free-tailed bat loses its speed record, the animal still holds a bat superlative. It can fly higher than any other member of its order, Chiroptera. The winged mammals can cruise along at an altitude of 3,300 meters. Mexican free-tailed bats are usually about 9 centimeters, 3.5 inches, long and weigh between 7 to 12 grams, 0.25 to 0.42 ounces. Peregrine falcon. The peregrine falcon, Falco peregrinus, aka the duck hawk, is considered the fastest animal on Earth. A bird of prey known as the living missile, these falcons live all over the world, except in extreme polar areas and New Zealand. The falcons can reach diving speeds of 320 km per hour, 200 miles per hour. To date, the highest measured descent for a peregrine falcon is 389 km per hour, 242 miles per hour. When they aren't hunting, peregrines coast along between 40 and 60 miles per hour. Large keel bones, pointed wings, stiff feathers, and exceptional respiratory systems all contribute to the peregrine falcon's speed. Its big keel bone increases flapping power, the pointed wings create a streamlined airfoil effect, and the animal's stiff, slim feathers reduce drag. Peregrines also have one-way airflow into their lungs and air sacs that remain inflated even when exhaling, which allows for optimal oxygen distribution. Additionally, the bird's 600 to 900 beats per minute heart rate means they can flap their wings up to 4 times per second, increasing their power and diminishing fatigue. In addition to lightning-fast dives, these falcons enjoy the fastest visual processing speed of any animal tested so far. They can spot prey from over a kilometer away. To put it in perspective, if you show humans a succession of still pictures at 25 frames per second, we'll see a fluid film. For peregrine falcons to experience the same film effect, the frame per second rate would need to be 129. The International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN, currently lists peregrine falcons as least concerned. However, the species wasn't always in the clear, in large part because of the widespread use of the pesticide DDT. which can prove fatal to the falcon. During the 20th century, the species suffered mass casualties on account of the chemical and was added to the U.S. endangered species list. However, thanks to DDT restrictions and other conservation efforts, the falcons were removed from the list in 1999.
Thanks for watching. Drop a like. Leave a comment on what would you like to see next. And don't forget to subscribe. Animal Facts 101.